Angry guy here. And I just wanted to drop some knowledge on you. I wanted to spit some facts. Cobra Kai, nothing is free in this world. Nothing, nothing is free. You have to fight for everything in this world. You have to fight for everything that you want, everything that you need. Nothing is free. The only thing free is God's love. Jesus is love. And guys, think about that carefully. Nothing, nothing in this world otherwise is free. All right? If you want something, you have to fight for it. It's funny because people think that if you live in the United States, you are naturally just taken care of. And I've said this before, that people starve in the United States. Okay? I remember once when I was talking about adopting a child from China, and because I felt very empathetic. And I was hearing about, there are these Chinese orphanages where there's all these children. A lot of them are poor little girls. And I had a teacher who also adopted a little girl from an orphanage in China. And I thought I was so focused on doing that. And then you know what this lady said to me? She said, "Here you are wanting to adopt a kid from China, and yet there's a little white girl in Pennsylvania that could really use your help right now." Okay? And it was interesting because it illustrated how far gone many of us are from reality, not realizing that in our own backyards there are so many things that are just not right. Just not right. And it's hard to say it like that and to put it like that, but it is the outright honest truth. And if you don't stand up for yourself, and if you don't realize that you have to get what you're worth, because no one else is just going to give it to you, then you're not going to have the tools you need to survive in this world. I'm just going to be very honest with you. Okay? And one of the first steps is knowing that nothing is free and that you're going to have to strive for everything. And let me tell you something about who people who try to get you to give away your own value. You're going to meet people who you don't even realize that you're a level above them. And you know what these people will do? They'll pull you down. They'll try to pull you down, and they'll do this a lot of times. These are the same people that never knew anything. They didn't know anything special. They weren't brilliant. They weren't exceptionally brilliant, but they showed up. All right, and that's the only reason why they got the job or why they got the opportunity. Okay, but they weren't exceptional individuals. And this all ties back to nothing is free. All right. If you want something, you have to go and get it, because nothing is free in this world. Nobody's going to give you anything for free. No one. Okay. If you look at the Cobra Kai series, you can look at how Sam has this whole attitude like, oh my gosh, everything is peace, love, and grooviness. And Tori is literally working her butt off to eat, to eat. All right? Think about that carefully. Miguel, by the way, is in the hospital. Who's paying the bills? Because healthcare isn't free. Healthcare isn't free. Raymond says in the chat, at work, I feel surrounded by people who just don't understand. I know, and dude, let me tell you something. Most people today are completely asleep. They're not awake. They're fast asleep. They're asleep. They're asleep. They're asleep. They're asleep. And they don't want to wake up. They don't want to wake up from that slumber, because waking up from that slumber would expose them to the realities of the world, to the way that the world actually is. And that scares the living bejeevies out of them. All right? Because that means that now they're confronted with reality. Now they have to look at it and say, well, this is the way the world really is. Because, there's the way we want the world to be, and then there's the way the world really is. And it's flat forward like that. I'm just being honest with you. People need to wake up and realize that nothing is free in this world. Nothing is free. You have to work for everything. You have to ultimately fight for everything, or you will end up with nothing. And it's hard for some people to listen to that. It's hard for some people to hear. You will end up with nothing. It is hard for them to hear that, but they have to hear it. They really, really need to hear it. That's just what I personally think. That's what I personally think. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. I want to know what you think about that. If you agree that nothing is free in this world, okay? Because it really isn't. Nothing, nothing, nothing is free in this world. Love Jesus, get money, and be kind to each other.